I'm Ana Tudorică,
And I'm Eranio Petrushka.
and together we are Hybrid Lab, a small studio currently based in Cluj-Napoca.
The big part of the things that we've seen and we learned in this residency are the unseen part of our life.
It's actually the unseen nature that
Yes.
creates everything surrounding us. Imagination.
For me, it's a loop.
Knowledge.
For me, it's like a line that tries to keep straight. Straight line, but not straight.
They both have the ability of becoming a universal language between people, between cultures.
And so science kind of lays underneath anything that is produced in an artistic way. I mean, you cannot derive one without the other.
Science is objective and art is subjective. Yeah, that's
Yeah, somehow depends how what you get from it, what you interpret, how you read it. It really depends on how you read
and that
the subject.
and that with art you use the knowledge, and in science you get the knowledge, you acquire the knowledge.
Science can, I don't know, can see like a mirror, but a distorted mirror of itself in art, like a distorted mirror that you will never know what is going to be the feedback that you get from art. It's like a chaotic experiment, art, opposing to science.
Yeah, I think that the science can take from art this openness and not so rigid way of thinking for some of them, and that
Yeah,
it can be the other way around. I mean, the art should sometimes get this rigid part and be very organized, more organized sometimes.
yeah, that's true.
It was more rigid, like I said before.
Yeah, and one more inhuman, but it was like, yeah, like very warm and very close.
Yeah.
And I found some things that are so obvious and so simple, but at the same time are scientific. And and i i was like amazed on how simple things are in some things in science can be so simple and yet so hard
To see in
to
the real life.
see them. Yes.
I was very fascinated about the discussion with the gene therapy and where we arrived with this technology and the level we are at. On as an artist point of view, I got very inspired in the Fab Lab because I got so many ideas from there. And I also really enjoyed the talks about arts and science because it made me realize that this so-called struggle to bring art and science together is actually bigger, and there are a lot of people who are trying
And
to
it's
do that.
something that has been forgotten for a long time, and now people they're trying to reunite. And of course Elettra was it's nothing, it's something that you cannot, I cannot experience in your lifetime. I mean it was like I wouldn't imagine that I would be in a building that does what
In the
Electra
particle
does. Yes,
accelerator directly, yeah.
it's like mind blowing what they're doing.
The Fab Lab, Carlo.
Carlo, he's great, and he's a great communicator. his main characteristic is that he's a great communicator about science and about any subject that you would like to approach with him. So he's great.
Yeah.
And another one, I think,
I think Valerio from ICTP was also a good
Yes.
connection with
yes,
him.
why we are so evolved in sciences and maths and all this regarding science, and we couldn't solve like not having wars or not having poverty anymore or things like that. So I know they're not really connected, but it's a question that still it's a mystery that we were fascinated about zootropy and 3D printing, and how could we combine zootropy with 3D prints, and
So the ferrofluids.
the ferrofluids and the mostly we're engaged in this illusion field of how do you create illusion and what things really are, but they're not actually. A lot of courage. So it was like a push from the back, like just go outside and do things. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that you're stupid, because there is no such thing. So this is the most valuable thing that I think I can take from this.
And to not go in the most complicated way, to go and see the basic, because from the basic you might actually find what you want and what you need. Go, go, go.
Well, it's interesting that um, at first you will not be able to know what is going to happen or what is going to come to you in this residency. You do not know, even if you read about it, even you really do not know.
And you will be very surprised.
Yes, you'll be very
It's
surprised.
not how you think it's gonna be.
Yeah,
But in a good way.
it's
In a
not.
good way.
It's really different. Maybe you will think that it's really strict or cold, or in some language that you will not understand, but it's really not like that. It's not like that. So go for it if you
Yeah, you
if
don't
you're
get this
interested
chance
in.
a lot. You have to do it.